Good. I take it's evening out there. You're in LA, aren't you, Marley?
It's like 11 here, so
Is that right? Oh God.
I'm late morning. It's evening there with you.
Yeah, that's right. Got that totally wrong.
You should be drinking wine. Are you drinking
Well,
wine?
it's 1 o'clock somewhere in the world, so yeah.
It's always 1 o'clock.
It's always 1 o'clock somewhere in the world. Listen, fantastic to have you on. Real pleasure. For those who are watching and not sure who this young lady is, this is Lady Blackbird, aka Marley Monroe. You've got a single out at the moment causing an absolute stir. Your voice is haunting, and in a positively good way, of course. And I mean, I have your album. I'm lucky enough to have your album. I have it playing in the background, and it's on low, and it still fills the room. I mean, it speaks volumes, and I'm running out of cliches already.
Thank you.
I really want to get into how you feel now that Blackbird, the Nina Simone cover, your first single, has been received. It's out there now. Everybody's waxing lyrical about it. But how has that feedback impacted on you?
It's been amazing. It's been amazing. You know, this whole COVID, and everything being released now that we're living in such a different time and having to go about things differently. But the feedback from the little bit, I'm not outperforming, clearly no one is, but the feedback has been amazing. And every article, all the comments so far, it's been very well received, and I'm very grateful. It's been a journey.
There have been all sorts of comparisons. Your voice is absolutely mind-blowing. We'll get into where the hell that came from in a second, but or where the heaven that came from, I should say. But the comparisons. I mean, the greats, all the greats. Some are contemporary, some old school. Literally, there isn't a name that's mentioned, female name, who has a pair of pipes on her that you've not been compared to. How's that felt?
It feels feels like a lot to live up to, but if that's what they think, I'm grateful for all the compliments. No, the people that I have been compared to, they're why I sing. They were the inspiration along the way, and when I was raised listening to. So it feels very. I feel very grateful. Yeah.
Black Acid Soul. Music from the gods, my dear. To talk to me about the influences and motivation for pulling such a masterpiece together.
Well, it actually, my producer and I were talking about making an album kind of different from a lot of the other genres that I've sang. I've done a few. I've been doing probably more rock or alternative, or however you want to call it. And now talking about doing this jazz album, it was really about just taking everything away and presenting myself in the rawest of formats, and like really building an album around my voice, versus my voice around a big production, and just really coming out bare, and that's where it started. So in talks of the jazz album, we started pulling together these songs and what it would sound like, and I ended up coming across Blackbird years ago, the Nina Simone cover. Absolutely loved it from the first time. So it was what I did bring to the table, and I played for Chris, and he loved it. And so we actually went on the spot there. He played some sort of, it was like a noise. It wasn't even like an on-key tune, nothing. There was no drum, there was no anything. It was just this awkward sound. And I went in and I recorded that vocal just to that. And it was only ever supposed to be a demo. And then that's the vocal that actually ended up being used. So then when we went to Sunset Sound to record, you know, where Darren Johnson on the keys and Johnny Flower on bass, then they were having to play around my, if you'll notice, there's no beat. It's just free. So imagine that one.
You talk about being in Studio B, and how that allowed you to really foray into finding your own authentic self, your real voice. Explain that for me, because obviously not a lot of people know what Studio B is. It was Prince's room.
It was Prince's room. Oh my gosh! And it's the energy, and you just, you know, you look around, and especially when you've been at it for a while, you know, and you just finally see the pieces coming together and feeling right, and then to look around and realize that your shit's happening, you know, and you're just grateful for it. So it was a wonderful experience, and especially this being the first project. So.
What's a while?
What's
Lady
a
Blackbird?
while? What's a while? I don't want to give up my age. You know, I've always sang.
I mean,
I've always sang. But yeah, I've sang growing up my whole life. But just always my whole life knowing that this is what I wanted to do. And always done something, you know, this has been the one thing I've pushed for and worked hard towards, and people around me helping to get me to this place. So,
is it frustrating that you're not performing? And, you know, how do you envisage the world moving forward in regards to, you know, your specific space, you know, performing, singing, live audiences, all of that stuff? And have you got an idea how it looks? Most people haven't, but I just wondered.
Gosh, I wish I knew these secrets to the world. Sometimes I do. No, no, I wish I did. Yeah, I miss it. I miss it very much. I do. I miss it a lot. And especially, you know, this hadn't even been released yet. And we had all of these things lined up, as everyone, you know, did. And finally getting a chance to, you know, promote this brand new thing. Yeah, I was so happy about it and excited, but it's hit, and this is a new way. I do miss the stage very much. Gosh, how I think this will play out, I don't know. I don't know.
Before, I mean, in the midst of that uncertainty, then who would you like to collaborate with? Who would you like to share a stage with that you haven't already? Because I know you have shared a stage with some pretty fantastic people.
Oh, I have. I've been very lucky. Who would I want to collaborate with? Lenny Kravitz. That's my man. Oh, that'd be a good one. Oh, yeah. Grace Jones. Elton John. Who else? I've been naming them all day.
I think you would compliment a lot of those. A lot of those mentioned. Is there any young people there? Any kind of modern? I say modern, like, you know, younger people, younger generation,
You know,
that you kind of admire.
I am loving Celeste. I listened to her album the other day. I had it just playing all day, and I am loving this girl and appreciating her artistry, and as a woman, just beautiful. Yeah, that'd be a fun collab right there.
There seems to be something to be said about those who bear their soul in the music in the way that you guys do, and the way that truth's received through the music. Talk on that for a second, because it's not easy to just tap into your soul, your being, and then to, I don't know, repurpose it and put it out there for people, and in the way that you do, in the form of expression that you guys engage in. We take it for granted that we're always going to be subject to people like yourself, but what's it like from your end, you know, delivering that?
You know, first and foremost, I mean, I'm an entertainer, I'm here to entertain you, and I love to push people's buttons, and in a good way, you know, and get people thinking, and to be free, and to be, and to question why you think that, or why you believe in that, and sometimes you just gotta ask yourself, you know. And so, as an entertainer, but it's also my job. I don't want to entertain you with bubblegum and bullshit only, you know. Um, I have a responsibility as well, and yeah, that gets deep sometimes, and you just hope that you do it. I do it the best I can, and hope it's well received, and there's something good that comes of it.
With you feeling like it's happening, with this album being as spectacular as it is, and the introduction to your voice for many, what Blackbird is, talk about how you see the trajectory over the next couple of years. I mean, I take it you're about to
The album.
reach your, no, just your own trajectory as an artist. It's a phrase I throw about all the time, but I believe you're probably about to see your mountaintop. It's about to manifest in the ways that you probably dreamed in your deepest and darkest. So talk about what you expect that view to look like.
Gosh, I can't wait to see this album come out. I'm very proud of this body of work. Hopefully by then I would be on album number 2. Yeah, growing and continuing this journey. Fingers crossed, actually performing. Maybe even meeting with you in person in the studio. No mask, but wear your mask now. It's crazy. I almost did mine with mine too, just to show everybody to wear them.
Well, listen, Lady Blackbird, I've got this feeling we're going to cross paths on more than one occasion.
I hope so.
I won't be in a stranger setting as I am now having this interview with you.
I think it's the best, by the way. It's like the best story ever.
It's organic. We'll keep that story to ourselves. Our viewers are not going to know. We've spoken about it before.
Your secret's safe with me.
But then I'll explain why I've got my mask. And maybe kind of give them an insight into some of the joke that we caught before the interview started. But listen, I wish you all the best. If anybody is out there listening to this interview, go and check out Blackbird by Lady Blackbird, which is out now. Where can they find you? Where can they follow you?
It's out right now on Apple Music. It's on Spotify. Yeah, and YouTube. And we have a new single. My new single, Beware the Stranger, is actually coming out July the 24th. Little plug there. So keep your ears open. Hope you all like it.
Good luck. Wishing you all the best. And are you on? Do you do the Instagram, the Facebook yourself personally, or is it just the music?
No. I help along with all of that.
That's what I mean.
Follow me on I am Lady Blackbird on Instagram and Facebook. Yeah. Fantastic. Check everything out. We post everything, keep everything updated. So yeah. Thank you so much.